Good afternoon, everyone. Namaste and a very warm welcome to all our esteemed guests, dignitaries, and all the participants, speakers to this Ayurveda Navapravartan Samvad webinar series on Ayurveda entrepreneurship and the startup ecosystem as part of the 9th Ayurveda Day celebration 2024. This event is in sync with this year's Ayurveda Day theme, that is Ayurveda Innovations for Global Health, वैश्विक स्वास्थ्य के लिए आयुर्वेद नवाचार. So this event is proudly hosted by ICANN, which is the Incubation Center for Ayurveda Innovation and Entrepreneurship, which is the first Ayurveda Innovation Center under Ministry of Ayush, situated at All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. So at ICANN, we are committed to convert Ayurveda innovative ideas into entrepreneurial ventures, supporting the growth of Ayurveda startups. So on this occasion, we are honored today to have with us renowned leaders, visionaries in the field of Ayurveda, entrepreneurship, and education sectors, representatives from all the ministries, NCISM, and other dignitaries from various fields. Initially with blessings of Lord Dhanvantari, Om Dhanvantare Namaha. To begin with, I would like to invite the spearhead of progress in our institute, Professor Tanuja Manoj Nesri Madam, our esteemed director of All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi, to deliver welcome address. Madam, namaste, ma'am.
Namaste to everyone. Good afternoon. At the outset,
Madam, you are muted, madam.
Okay. I am not muted.
Madam is audible.
Huh?
Yes, you're audible. Yes, audible.
I'm audible.
Yes,
Madam, you are not audible, madam.
I'm audible.
audible.
कहाँ नहीं? I'm audible. Am I audible?
Yes, madam. Please continue.
So,
You are audible.
okay.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you very much. So, at the outset, we would like to welcome Vaidya Jayant Devpujari ji, Chairman NCISM, Dr. Kaustubh Upadhyay, Advisor Ministry of Ayush, Mrs. Pooja Pandey, Head People Management IIM ML EIC as our resource person of the first webinar. The coordinator from All India Institute of Ayurveda, my colleagues, Professor Mahesh Vyas, Dean PhD, Professor Yogesh Badve, Dean PG, and the coordinators of the webinar, Dr. Shiv Kumar, Dr. Arun Mahapatra, entire team, and the representation from Ministry of Ayush, NCISM, all the colleges across India, all the principals, academicians, faculty, and the scholars. It is a proud moment for all of us that this year's Ayurveda Day has been declared as a वैश्विक स्वास्थ्य के लिए आयुर्वेद का नवाचार. That is the promoting the Ayurveda innovations for this global health. And it gives us immense opportunity. Like we say that the sky is the limit and the ocean is the opportunity for all the youngsters, young budding entrepreneurs, faculties, universities, colleges, and everyone to have the crosstalk, interdisciplinary crosstalk, and also have the business model, entrepreneurship model development for Ayurveda, because Ayurveda, as it is considered in the startup ecosystem, as it is a sunrise sector, and it is untapped potential in this Ayurveda innovations, especially the startup in the food startup, biomedical engineering, also IT, AI, ML, and whatnot. So this is we want to just initiate and stimulate the inquisitiveness, ignite the mind, as our earlier president mentioned of India, mentioned Abdul Kalam ji, that we really have to ignite the minds of all the youngsters, students, and faculty to get the best innovations and entrepreneurs to promote the entrepreneurs to Ayurveda. और हम कहते हैं कि आत्मनिर्भर बने. प्रधानमंत्री माननीय मोदी जी का सपना है कि 2047 को हमें देश को आत्मनिर्भर बनाना है, आर्थिक महासत्ता बनाना है. So for that, Ayurveda being the soft power of India and the gift of the humanity to the entire humanity and the world has really untapped potential. And that's why this year's Ayurveda Day has been dedicated and has been declared to have the entrepreneurship innovations for the global health. Considering the SDG as health for all, by 2030, we can really harness the potential of our own system into the mainstream healthcare across the world. And in this webinar, we have, and for this we are really fortunate and thankful to Ministry of Ayush to have been given us the opportunity to All India Institute to have first of its kind incubation center and to have the capacity building center as a ICANN. And through this ICANN, our team, dedicated team, we have already participated for the ministry in almost all 7 consecutive years in the hackathon, the main hackathon of AICT. For ministry, we are participating. And for soft and hard questions like developing hardware and the software, we have developed the question think tank, finding out the gap between mm, our system, and we are really happy that through this hackathon, the engineering students, they have developed good solutions, which is a problem statement from our system. And I'm happy to share that day before yesterday, Honorable President of India, Murmu Madam, had visited to All India Institute of Ayurveda, and we are really blessed to have her blessings on our 8th Foundation Day. And during that, we could display that Kadha vending machine, that is a hardware, and a digital watch for the Ayurveda Nadi Gyan, that is a pulse, Vat, Pitta, Kapha, and we have the digital app. And in Desh Ka Prakriti Abhiyan, as our Honorable Minister has already launched this, and we also have that Prakriti software. So these are many things which we can develop, and for that, this ICANN is having the hand holding from concept to market, because few years back, what is incubation, what is startup ecosystem, what is startup India, and how do we register to the ministry, to the commerce ministry, and how do we really have this hand holding, pitching, all these words were also very new to us, but now it is a familiar. So we want to make everyone about the familiar, about the ecosystem, about the hand holding, and what are the opportunities, and what are the challenges, and how the government supports and handholds, that also we can let you know. And IIMs and IITs, and these incubation startup hubs like Nisbad of the Startup India and the Commerce Ministry, how they handhold us. So these all ecosystem, the awareness, to create awareness, skill development and networking of each other is the main mandate of this webinar. And I'm really thankful to everyone, all our the resource persons and the leaders who are with us, join hands with us in this as a Navapravartan, because this is the 9th Ayurveda day and Navachar hai. So we have also come out with the scheme called as a Navapravartan, the new initiative, and it is not top-down approach; it is a bottom-up approach. So what is bottom-up approach? That with the initiation and the support of NCISM, I'm really thankful to Vaidya Jain, Dev Pujari, and entire NCISM leaders for supporting us and cooperating. And through NCISM, all the colleges, one nodal officer, we request all the, at least to every institution, to designate one nodal officer in their own institution immediately. And we want, what we did for last 7 years, we want to replicate the same at college level. So what is to be done? We have to have this idea hackathon. We want to just collect all the ideas from our young budding stars, students. What they can think for having the innovations and the startup in Ayurveda. It can be anything. It, it can be drug ATM. It can be anything. I'm sure students will bring the wonderful ideas. So every college principal and the nodal officer has to create the committee for collecting, and internal committee will scrutinize what is the best idea, 1 2 3 number. So you have to convey us 3 ideas, first 1 2 3, and from every colleges 1 2 3 what we will bring. So all those 100 students, we will bring them here at All India Institute and Delhi, because we have NISBAD, which is a national institution for entrepreneurship development. They have already agreed, and we are going to sign our MOU during our foundation day and first international seminar on 17th, under the visionary August presence of Chief Justice of India. So there we will bring this 100 there, we are declaring and signing the MOU. But on 29th October, when Honorable Prime Minister will be dedicating the second phase and many things for the nation, and will be having its informally its August presence probably to this 9th Ayurveda Day. That time we'll declare the name of 100 students. And those 100 students from, that means every college has a representation of 3, 1, 2, 3. And that we will not decide, college has to decide. So these 100 students, TA, bringing them staying accommodation, we will host All India Institute under Ministry of Ayush. We will host that, and that pre-incubation training will be given through NISBAD, and again those students will go to their own colleges and they will initiate the incubation and the startup, and entire handholding will be given. So what is the outcome of this entire Ayurveda Day Navapravartan? By the end of this month, we have 100 ideas, 100 pre-incubation initiatives, and then during the course of 1 year, we have 100 startups in the pre-incubated, and those handholding will be given, because after this startup challenge what we have been declared, we have given 15 lakh per startup, and so far 52 ideas and the startups have been supported during last 5 years. So whatever as ministry has decided, NCISM with the support and AIIA, All India Institute, so we are committed, ministry is committed, and this is how we want to take it to the last mile. And through that, what is startup, what is the incubation, what are the process for the registration, what is the handholding, what are the risk, how it is to be taken. So everything will be, for this we have organized this webinar, and thank you very much for joining. Stay with us, and I'm sure many magic things can come out, very innovative things can come out with this, because we need really ideas to bridge the gap between our system. We are the tradition, but we need support of technology to make it more contemporary and relevant to the present day time, and to take it more global. So we have to act local to take it to the global. So thank you one and all, and please stay with us. And I congratulate organizer ICANN and All India Institute, NCISM, and Ministry of Ayush, and everyone for being the part of this successful journey. Namaste.
Thank you, respected madam, for all your inspiring words and blessings and setting the tone for this event. Thank you very much, madam. Next, it is my pleasure to have with us Honorable Dr. Kaustuv Upadhyay, sir, who is presently the advisor for Ayurveda at Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. He is joining with us now. He will now address us about the significance of Ayurveda Day, and he is one of the key person behind all this initiative of innovation in this theme of Ayurveda Day. Please join us in welcoming Dr. Kaustuv Upadhyay, sir. Namaste, sir.
Thank you, Arunji, and respected Tanujaji, Director, All India Institute of Ayurveda, Jayendra Pujariji, Chairman, NCISM, and all my dear friends. Namaste. This year, Ayurveda Day is having the theme of innovation for global wealth. So, where innovation has to start? It should start from our Brihat Rais. As on today, if we search, which we do in introspection, we are just following 2% of whatever told in our Brihat Rais. If you just glance each and every Samhita and the Chikitsa Sutra of every disease, how many of us are practicing all those Chikitsa Sutras which are mentioned in the Shastras? Only few are in practice. So, lot of innovation is required to bring all those things which are told in the Samhitas but not yet brought to the practice. We are depending on the 300, 400 formulation which are popularized 300, 400 years ago by various manufacturing units across the country. But many of new formulations which are told in the classes are not in market as on today. And so many plants, if you go around on the street, Aragvada, Ashwatha, Karanja, Nimba, all these popular plants, Yerenda, they are very in minimal use. And the Shaka Varga, if you see the Shaka Varga present Samhita and what Shaka we are using today, lot of things we have to innovate. We have to bring all those practices which were practiced in those Samhita days to present day. And that gives a immense opportunity. For example, Jivanti Shakanam. Where is Jivanti used in day-to-day life in our society, present-day society? We don't have. Can we encourage this and bring this to the practice, Jivanti Shakanam? This is, we have to think over. And this is a part of innovation. And one more thing. See, in always we think of manufacturing whenever innovation comes. Manufacturing is the only one part. There's lot of ample opportunity in consultation. See, we in ministry, we receive representation from the members of public, members of industry for giving suggestion how to start their manufacturing unit. They want a suggestion from the ministry, but we don't have enough number of Ayurveda consultation teams in across the country which can guide those manufacturers, those investors who want to invest in Ayurveda. So can we able to develop? I can give an example. If graduate from Ayurveda pharmacy from Jamnagar, he come out with a thought that there is a need for consultation, and he has established now more than 12 crore turnover firm where he gives consultation to all the manufacturers for bringing cosmetics regulations and registration of cosmetic products and export of cosmetics. This is one of the consultation is one of the area where we have not yet approached. So lot of opportunities are there across the consultation firm. Then in the export market, there are demands for creating proper dossiers, drug dossiers for as per the export market requirement. So whether we have enough experts amongst the Ayurveda who can become an expert to prepare drug dossier as per the requirement of the importing country. This is one of the opportunity where we all can explore and we can innovate ourselves to bring new avenues for business. One more, there is a lot of scope in research. In Ministry of Ayush, in collaboration with various apex institutes across the country, we are organizing Center of Excellence, we are doing extramural research, so many activities. But very limited Ayush manpower has exposed to these research avenues and usage of all the modern research methodology. So there is ample opportunity in across these centers, and they are conducting workshops on regular basis. And if we can participate and become an expert, there will be an ample opportunity in exploring research and creating evidence for all Ayush knowledge base. So
Not audible, sir.
You are, sir, not audible, sir. You are muted, sir. Sir, not audible, sir. Kaustubh, sir. Kaustubh, sir, you are not audible, sir. Kaustubh, sir, you are not audible, sir.
Not audible, sir.
You are not audible, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not audible, sir.
Not audible, sir.
Hello, Prabhakar.
नमस्कार सर.
Kaustubh sir. Sir, Kaustubh sir,
Join
am
हुए?
I audible, sir? Kaustubh sir.
Oh.
क्या पता
सर आपका इनिशियली एक 5 मिनट्स आया है सर, जो इनोवेशन के बारे में आप बोल रहे थे उतना आया है सर. सर Kaustubh sir. Kaustubh sir, are you there, sir? Kaustubh sir, are you there, sir? Yes, sir.
Not audible, sir.
So we are experiencing some technical glitches. Please bear with us. Give us 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Kaustubh sir, you are visible, sir. You are muted there, sir.
Sir, unmute ठेवून त्याला unmute जर होती की भाऊ.
Sorry, we had some technical glitches. Now, it's my honor to invite Jayant Dev Pujari sir is with us today, who is the chairperson of National Commission for Indian System of Medicine, NCISM, and we are very honored to have with us. And he will be delivering the presidential address. Vaidya Dev Pujari sir, please sir. Namaste. Sir.
Namaskar to everybody. Am I audible?
Yes sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. First of all, my namaskar to all who present over here. The director of All India Institute of Ayurveda, Vaidya Tanuja Nesri, Vaidya Kaustuv Upadhyay, advisor to Government of India, and all dignitaries who are present over here for this wonderful session. I welcome you all and my pranam to all of you. First of all, I will congratulate the organizers for organizing such a wonderful discussion on this wonderful topic regarding innovation, research, and entrepreneurship, etc. So, on behalf of NCISM, I will ensure you that now we have trained one faculty from each college in research, innovation, and entrepreneurship with the help of National Institute of MSME Hyderabad. We have a MOU with National Institute of MSME Hyderabad, and they organize a week-long training program in batches for our faculties who are going to head the research and innovation cell, which is now become mandatory as per the new regulation in each and every college, Ayurveda, Unani, and Siddha in the country. So you have a trained now workforce in each and every college, and I hope all colleges they will participate in this activity very positively and with an enthusiasm. You will get a very good response from all Ayurveda colleges, and this is going to be a very great success. This activity, that I have no doubt about it. Another thing which we did on behalf of NCISM is we had MOU with CCRAs. And under this MOU, we are giving studentship, means we are conducting two studentship programs. One is for UG student and other is for PG student. So with the help of CCRAs, we are giving studentship to 300 students of UG, and they have to submit their project to CCRAs through their college, and the first 300 who have been selected under this program, we are giving since last 2 years 50,000 rupees in two installments to each and every student, and they are conducting different types of projects. So there is an ecosystem. We are trying to build up an ecosystem for this, and that ecosystem will also help for the success of this program, which has been launched under the aegis of Ayurveda Day. The another group we have focused is 100 PG students. To these 100 PG students, we are giving 1 lakh rupees for their dissertation. And now to these 100 students, we have decided to train them in IIT Jodhpur in high-end technology. This group will also participate very positively in this activity. Basically, this innovation and research comes with the curiosity. We are trying to build up a curiosity culture among the students so that they should ask the question. If they start asking, because asking question is the basis of all Indian knowledge. And you must be aware that in our Samhita, there is a discussion. Someone asks some questions, there will be a discussion, and there will be a final conclusion. This is our tradition. What we are trying to follow, and we are trying to ecosystem for research and innovation. Once again, I congratulate to the organizers and the participants, those who are participating and who are not participating, to participate in this activity very enthusiastically. And we must try from each college, from each institute, there must be at least one student who will be selected for this. And this is going to be a very grand success, very good enthusiasm for the student, and very good support from All India Institute of Ayurveda to such type of activity. And I hope these 300 students, they will get inspiration from this institution by staying over here for a day or two or three, whatever the plan is. They will learn not only innovation and research, but they will also get the inspiration from this institute, I have no doubt. Thank you very much. Namaskar, Dhanyavad.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring talk. और आपके नेतृत्व में एनसीआईएसएम एक नई नई ऊंचाइयां छू रहा है और हमारे बच्चे एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और स्टार्टअप के विषय में भी ज्यादा से ज्यादा जागरूक हो रहे हैं। इस क्षेत्र में आपका जो कदम है सराहनीय है सर। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे जुड़ने के लिए। नाउ मूविंग अहेड, we have a session on the entrepreneurship ecosystem in India by Mrs. Pooja Pandey, who is head of the people management at Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow Enterprise Incubation Center. And she will be delivering her talk. She will share her insights on the evolving opportunities and challenges in India's startup ecosystem. So Mrs. Pandey, Pooja Pandey, is a strategic thinker, and she has over 15 years of diverse experience in human resources, training and development and entrepreneurship. With a passion for innovation, she not only launched her own startup, but also played a pivotal role in capacity building and skill development for aspiring students. She has experience as a management faculty member, where she supported many undergraduate and graduate students through her mentorship and guidance. Currently, she serves as the head of the HR and training, organizing vital training programs for stakeholders in the startup community, including the pre-incubation program and various training sessions for angel investors and corporate ventures capitalists. She is also a part of the Women Incubation Program. I welcome Pooja Pandey Madam for her talk. Please, Madam.
Thank you, Arunji. And namaskar, everyone. Namaskar, Director Ma'am, Tanuja Ma'am, Kaustubh Sir, Vaidya Jayan Sir, and other dignitaries and my dear students. So first of all, I would like to mention that today we are blessed of having this session on entrepreneurship during this Shubh Navratra tenure. And I sincerely pray that each one of us will receive the goddess power, patience, and perseverance, which is required to develop that entrepreneurial journey and to go through that journey. So a sincere prayer from my end to every one of us. Allow me to share my screen first.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. To give you an overview, as Nuti said, I'm Pooja Pandey, heading training and HR department at IIM Lucknow Incubation Center. Our center is an entrepreneurship and innovation arm of IIM Lucknow. We set up in 2013 and re-established and restructured ourselves in Noida campus in 2017. We are supported by Startup India, Startup UP, DST. And here we are supporting the startups from very ideation stage startups to growth stage startups as well, making them understand, providing the capacity building, trainings, mentoring support, networking, which is required for the further growth stage startups as well. So we are providing a holistic approach to all our entrepreneurs. So today, as ma'am mentioned and Anji mentioned, that we are going through a webinar series. So first we'll be discussing about what entrepreneurship is, what is innovation, how and what is the current status of Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem here. So if we talk about entrepreneurship, it's not a new term, but it's here since I would say like 100 years. But over the last 10 years, India has risen to a powerhouse of this startup ecosystem. So that with the concept of and government initiatives of Make in India initiatives being Atmanirbhar, so government of India has laid and supported many foundation, very robust foundation in providing and developing those initiatives, policies and programs which can actually support startups and which are supporting startups to propel from early stage to growth stage and further scale up. So be it India's revolutionary scheme to encourage the domestic as well as foreign investment in the country through our Startup India scheme, or the Samriddhi scheme, which are supporting our ecosystem, startup ecosystem in India. So through the various schemes from Aspire to Samriddhi, there are various schemes which this government has provided us, through which we are actually helping our startups, we are helping our founders and helping them out in their journey and making it smooth for them. So today's agenda will be understanding few major understanding on entrepreneurship, who an entrepreneur is, what is the current startup ecosystem landscape, how the startups are supported under this entire ecosystem, how incubator centers can provide support to these startups, and how startups can also look for the right incubation connect. What will be the right incubation center for them? And later on, we'll be understanding few startup stories, how they have worked on, how and what they have worked on. So let's start with the entrepreneurship. So entrepreneur, when we talk about entrepreneurship, it's process, it's an understanding developed by an entrepreneur. And who is an entrepreneur? It's an individual having the ability to tap the untapped opportunity, to identify the need of a product, that yes, there is a need of this product. As mentioned by during the discussion, ma'am mentioned about one watch which can actually identify that nadi pulse rate. So that is, one has identified that yes, this is the pain point of the customer, that every time they cannot go to the consultant who can provide them consultancy, as the life is getting busier day by day. So what they have done is they have identified the right problem and developed the solution around it. Similarly, as mentioned by Kaustubh sir, the consultancy, that untapped potential, that need not to be Ayurveda, need not to be the synonym for manufacturing. It is much more than this. So when we talk about entrepreneurship, so entrepreneurial person is the one who can identify that need, identify the pain point of the customer, and then provide the solution to that. And during this process, he takes the risk of setting up that enterprise. So why there is a risk? The risk is not only of money. The risk is the financial risk is there. But apart from that, the personal risk, the psychological risk, and up to certain level, if a career risk as well. Because if no, what if it will always be there? What if this will not succeed? Then what? I'll be lagging behind. So an entrepreneurial person is the one who has a right set of aptitude and attitude and a passion to serve and to look for some solutions of certain problems. So we can say that this, you must be seeing a chart where there are one who can identify the right opportunities by understanding the pain points of the individuals, customers, And with the limited resources, they are able to generate the ideas, the right solution. So the person who can bring out the best from the opportunities, the ideas available, and the minimum resources, that person is an entrepreneur. And this entrepreneurship is a sweet spot between that. But there are certain myths surrounded by it, myths surrounded by for entrepreneurs that, like one I mentioned is they are the great risk takers when they can have risk, take risk on their career, they can take risk on their finances, on their cycle, they can have that much stress. So they are the greatest risk taker. I am not. Sometimes people say, oh, there must be a strong financial backing. That's why he or she is able to run that. So even if for next 5 years, he or she is pursuing that, after 5 years, definitely he or she will set up a business or will open a shop. Or you might have heard, oh, wow, this startup has recently generated the valuation or have achieved the valuation of 100 crores. Oh, she might be lucky, right? So these kind of myths in a day-to-day talk, we hear them out, and basically understanding on that, always relating entrepreneurship through invention. One thing which we need to understand is there is a huge difference between innovation and invention. So what is the difference between innovation and invention? Can any one of you can write it down? I guess you're not allowed to, if not allowed to speak, you can write it down on the chat box. A difference between invention and innovation. Anyone? Okay. See, the invention is where what we are inventing entirely new thing. Yes, yes. In Miss Priya DM, an invention is the creation of something new, while innovation is the process of turning that innovation into reality. Yes, up to a certain extent, yes. An invention is creating entirely something new, right? But invention is maybe you are changing or doing some change in the process, which is actually the pain point of the people. You are improving that process, improving that product, or improving a service. So that is also innovation. But invention is when you are doing it entirely new. So whenever we talk about entrepreneurship, we tend to relate it with innovation and not invention and not innovation. So that is the biggest myth. But the reality is we don't need the inventors as much as we need the ideators. As mentioned in the discussion, that what we need is to develop that entrepreneurial mindset. So that we need ideators who can think about the problem, who can provide the right solution. And it's not the people who are achieving that success, they are lucky. Nobody sees their 10 years or 15 years down the line. Recently, during an interview of one of the founders said that it was me who was driving the car 10 years back. I cannot even think of now doing the same. So that means that is the hard work and perseverance, the passion towards one single idea, working on that, finding out the flaws, reworking on that, pivoting that, developing new things. So this is the whole lot process and a long years and years of dedication which is required. Then most of the startups you'll hear about that it is not about the financial banking, but they are bootstrapping. Yesterday only there was one woman founder who wasn't who was in a meeting, and she was actually developing a platform for all other women founders who can provide their service and products over that platform. The reason of doing that is because other platforms are charging 20% of equity and a minimum percentage of fees. So what she mentioned that very beautifully, it's not the financial inclusion that is required. What it is required is a overall inclusion for women founders. And that's what we are providing so that we can provide them the support at how to upload that product. You have developed that product, but how to upload that product, how to sell it, how to make it a brand, and then finally getting a platform to sell it out without leaving your equity or diluting your equity too much, right? So this is a kind of work startups are doing. They are finding out the pain points of the customer and then providing solution. And for that, she was totally bootstrapped. She said in the last, uh, last 3-4 years, she is bootstrapped. She has not taken any fund, any grant from anyone. So look at the amount she must have burned out till now. So there must be a passion, there must be confidence in the idea. And they are not great risk takers, but they take the calculative risk. They understand that this is a challenge and they take it as a challenge that this is the timeline when I need to take it, when I need to complete it, and the time when I need to pivot, when I need to change my mind and work on the different solution. Maybe my product is good, but I have not find it out my right product market fit. I'm not able to sell it to the right customer. So he is working on that or she is working on that. Similarly, in the previous time when the concept was startup was not there, when at that point of time it was like entrepreneurs are born. We cannot train them. But now the concept has been changed. With the right training, right capacity building, right skill set, we can develop new entrepreneurs. And it is the responsibility, I would say, of the whole ecosystem to provide that support so that we can develop the right we can multiply this effect. So during this discussion, what we have found out is that characteristics of an entrepreneur, that they are when it is a right set of aptitude as well as attitude towards the new idea, towards the idea where he or she wants to perform. Once they need, for that they do the self-assessment. They are very well aware about their strengths, their weakness, and that's why they are able to do that. And entrepreneurs, you would definitely found that most of the entrepreneurs have very positive attitude towards life, towards everything, because they know, they wanted to understand, they take things are not as a positive or negative, but as a strength or weakness, where we can always, there's always a scope of increasing and improving your weakness and turning it to strength. So entrepreneurs work in that way. So 6 primarily skills what are required is, first is, apart from the technical knowledge, the basic skills are like the business skills, financial skills, understanding the financials, how much it would be involved, understanding the business environment, understanding the external business environment, internal business environment, the community awareness where you are sitting in, that how to find out that opportunities in the market. Then education, the right skill set, and the relationship with the people, that how you network with them, how you get and leverage each other's skills. That is much required in entrepreneurship. So from entrepreneurship, we can say that entrepreneurship is the ability and readiness to develop, organize, and run a business enterprise. Considering that there might be uncertainties which may occur, there is risk involved, but in order to make the profit, they work primarily with innovation, productivity, and effective competition they deal with. And that's how they work to create a successful enterprise. So when we talk about innovation, that right, finding out the right problem statement, first thing what we need to understand is what problem we are trying to solve in. The solution which we are giving in, is it you want to give the, is it solving the pain point of the customer? So are you giving a multivitamin that can be taken, or the painkiller which can actually solve the problem of the customer? So that you need to identify. If it is a painkiller, that it means it is must to buy. Customer will automatically come to you for this print. Let's say I'm having a headache. I will definitely reach it out even if the medicine is not at my home. I'll go to market, purchase it, and then have it. But for multivitamin, I can wait. So as an entrepreneur, what I need to understand is what I'm trying to build in, what I'm trying to serve in. Is it the pain point of the customer I'm solving? So it's your choice that you want to serve the painkiller or develop a multivitamin, right? And how we do it, first we need to do the detailed market research, clarified that yes, this is the pain point of the customer. Basis that we ideate the problems. Once we ideate the problem, we set a proof of establishment, we set a proof of concept that yes, there is this problem exists. And then based on that, we develop ideas. As ma'am mentioned, that it is not that only one idea we need. Even if the selection is of only of one idea, there is no right or wrong idea. It's always a great idea, great and the great execution of those ideas. So even a type 2 idea can be one of the great idea with the right execution. So this is a combination which works. It's not that my idea is the best and there are chances that it would be 100% scale up. No. What makes it and how we work in is that with the right set of idea, with the right problem statement and the right execution, that means with the right set of team, we would be able to develop a great idea, turning up a type 2 idea into type 1 idea, right? So we ideate it, we do the proof of establishment, we set a proof of establishment here, the problem statement here. Then we develop towards the developing of that idea, where we validate that yes, we have set up the prototype. Now the MVP is ready and we are selling it to multiple customers and implement it. Again, if we find that yes, there is a problem or there is a need to re-rectify it, we follow the same process. So it's a vicious circle kind of thing where we try to rework on our ideas, work with the feedback. It's like a feedback mechanism. We work on idea, finding out the pain point, working on the idea, implement it. If still the feedback is there, when we receive the feedback, we rework on this. So this is how any innovation cycle works in. So, but with these innovation cycle, what we need is a right set of ecosystem. How many of you have heard about entrepreneurship or startup ecosystem back in I would say 2008 or 10? It was there. But with the right set of policies, right government support, hand holding, it is possible to provide the a holistic support to that and set up a startup ecosystem which can actually support all the startups across the industries, across the sectors. So for that, what we need to understand is what is a startup. As per Startup India, a startup is the one which is not more than the age of 10 years. Whose date of incorporation have not achieved 10 years. Can be incorporated as a private limited registered partnership or LLP. startup should not have an annual turnover of 100 crore. If it has achieved the annual turnover of 100 crore in any financial year, it will not be called as startup after that. And it should not be a splitting unit from any existing unit. Let's say I have opened one manufacturing Ayurveda manufacturing herb manufacturing units in 1988. My father established it. And now what I'm planning is that unit is doing wonderful, but now to sell it and scale it up, I'm opening one e-commerce platform just by splitting that unit and segregating one unit as it is. No, it should be a construction of original entity. And yes, there should work towards the development, innovation, and sustainability and scalability should be there. So this comprises of what a startup is. And these are the stages of startup, right from the ideation and development stage, where idea develops, where we develop the idea, we identify the pain point, we work on the feasibility of that idea, whether that idea is feasible or not. Then we move on the validation. Once we develop the our prototype, then we move on the validation part, where the validation of the product and service offered, where we work on the proof through testing. Testing means we have actually launched it, either doing the pilots or into the market. Then if that pilots are successful, the paid pilots are also successful, we move for early traction, where our aim is more of the customer acquisition. We target more of customer retentions as well, and confirm that yes, our what hypothesis what we have set up initially is right, and now we are looking for the customer expansion retention as well. At this point of time, we acquire more and more customers. At this point of time, we need funds as well. We do crowdfunding, we do take funds from angel investors, incubators, or grants available. Grants, we take it at the ideation to validation stage as well for developing the prototype. So now this is the kind of support which we are getting, that there are grants and funds available for each and every stage. It's not that only for marketing you will need fund. No, it is for that product development as well. There is a dedicated fund for product development, prototype development, right? And finally, after early traction, it is a growth stage where they actually have achieved the sufficient size. They have actually penetrated into that market, and they might go for further IPO as well. So these are the 5 stages of the startup, the life cycle of the startup, how a startup work. Then you must have heard about the unicorn startup. So a unicorn term is privately named for the startups with a valuation over $1 billion. And primarily this startup stage starts from the growth stage startup, when they are actually looking for disruption, when they are looking for going for IPO, when they are become so successful that people are actually looking for their product, right? So just to share, when we are talking about how this startup ecosystem is moving in 2021, based on the survey done in 2018 and 2014, the survey was that the forecasting was that in 2025 we will achieve tech-based startup will cross around 28,000, and the number of unicorns would be around 95 to 105 in 2025. I'm talking about, which is next year. And the cumulative valuation would be somewhere around 350 to 390 billion dollars. But and now they have changed it. You can easily see the new estimation for 2025, where this is only for the tech startups, not for overall startup. So now the new valuation has increased to more than 36,000 to 37,000, with the number of unicorns achieving in 2025 they would be achieving around 180 to 200 with a cumulative valuation of between 600 to 700 billion dollars. Any idea what is the current number of unicorns in India? There must be some reason why they have changed this prediction just before 25. Any idea what is the current number of unicorns? So this is the current unicorn startups in India. The right hand side reflecting the unicorns and the left hand side is reflecting the soonicorns, soon to be unicorns. And with this, would like to share that India has proudly achieved 117 Indian unicorn, built 117 unicorns. Look at the prediction in 2025. It was predicted that the number of unicorns would be 95 to 105 in 2025. But now we have achieved, in 2024 itself, we achieved 170. So this would not have been possible without the support of the entire ecosystem, the stakeholders, the rights partnering with the right stakeholders, right? So this is whole this slide will be able to help you understand that what is the startup landscape in India. If we talk about India is the third largest ecosystem in the world now, with more than 177 registered startup under DPIIT. Since 2014, they have raised $151 billion of funding with 9,500 active startup investors in their portal. So along with 117 Indian unicorns, we have more than 100 Indian soonicorns as well, who will be turning into unicorns. And the new age tech companies, which was expected somewhere around 20 to 25 in 2025, we have already achieved 45, the figure of 45. And the support provided to 177,000 startups, support the incubators and accelerators numbers have been also increased and reached to 1100 plus. And these overall startups have created a job of more than 12.4 lakhs jobs. So look at the growing economy, at the jobs, the support provided, the employment generation. This is truly big in India. And recently what we have seen is an increase in the women-owned startup as well. So till now we have more than 67,000 women-owned startup, and in last 2 years we have seen an increase in 18% from the current at that point of data of the two. Till now we have seen the 18% increase in women-led startups as well. So segregating into that the number of startups in various regions, this data, this map reflecting you the startup details by region, where the darkest region is showing you the maximum number of startups registered in that area. So this is the kind of startups numbers which we have in all across the sectors. And what entrepreneur and how these startups work, what support they need. So they cannot work in alone. They cannot work that way. How they need to work in and what support they receive. So there is entire gamut of activities which happens beyond it, right from the providing them the education, training, mentoring, advisory support, to market connecting within the right stakeholders for getting their pilot test done, or providing them the industry connect, providing them funds, grants, connecting them with the right investors, angel investors, helping them out in setting up the regulatory frameworks, providing them infrastructure ranging from biomedical device to AI blockchain technology, where the major universities are also working, providing and working as a catalyst, because the youth are the powerhouse of our India, I would say, they are majorly in universities working on various ideas, doing their research work, and can follow that ideation stage of the idea development and setting up their POC at that point of time itself. That's why universities always had played a major role in developing entrepreneurial skills. So these are the various components which we just discussed, that the right set of education, training, cultural supports, role models, risk-taking behavior, the mentoring, professional services, incubators, network, then the human capital or workshop support, outsourcing regulatory frameworks, compliances help desk, accounts help desk, providing them the market access, or the setting up their regulatory services. This all comes under the support provided to the startup through this entire ecosystem. And these are the ecosystem stakeholders who are providing support to the startup to grow from, transform their business into successful venture, transform the business idea into a successful, scalable and sustainable venture. And who all are these stakeholders? These stakeholders also, they cannot work alone. They also need to integrate so that they can provide the right set of support. See, as much as the patent is required, the research is required, so as the commercial viability as well. The number of patents, if we look in, if we are not able to commercialize those patents, then the business opportunities would be missing. So the integration of academic institutes, research organizations, and incubation centers would be required. Then again, for commercial viability, we need to check in with the large corporates, large organizations as well for doing the pilots. So their inclusion is also required. That way we'll see that this is the entire universe which is providing support to these startups. Right away from the central and state government bodies who are providing right support system through their various initiatives, programs. Currently, we have more than 33 policies in Startup India, apart from the AIUSH policies. So the number of policies which are coming in one sector, then we have few in biotech, then we have in Aspire or the BRAC policy, the number of policies and the fund support is like, we have numerous fund support, we have numerous research support. Then the funding organizations, that they take their due course in providing the right kind of support at the right point of time to the startup. Then the support provided through our service providers who can help them out in providing support in setting up their startups, providing them the technical support to building up their startup, the technical platform for them, and the financial support in doing the right auditing and all. Then comes the academic institutes, research organizations who are helping these startups, providing their research labs, helping them out with the support system, with an testing and retesting mechanism. They are providing the right set of systems, support system to them. And the incubations and accelerations, we are again providing all gamut of support to these startups so that they can grow. So what actually the incubation center do, how they are providing the hand holding to our startups, what they are doing in that. So an incubation center is the one who provide and set up the specific goals that for entrepreneur, we are providing the entire set of activities ranging from the infrastructure to facility management, providing them business services, access to finance, people connectivity, networking opportunities. Incubator center will help you out in providing the brand building, helping you out with the right investor connect, right mentor connect, and giving you the right stakeholder at the right point of time but how to look for, with the number of incubation centers like more than 1100 we have, how to look for that this is the right incubation center for me. First and foremost, what we need to look in is, am I building a technical product? If yes, then I need one technical incubation center with me who can help me out with the right skill set, with the right technical understanding. At the same time, what I need is to commercialize that, to create a brand, I need a business incubation center who can help me out to actually market it. Then how to look for the success metrics is the number of incubating companies in that startup, the successful exit they have taken, how much fund they have raised, the startups have raised there. What is the sustainability of that incubation itself? Is it the all funded startup, all aided incubation center, or they are able to generate their own fund as well? How much networking opportunity they given? What kind of infrastructure do they have? And how many employment, how many jobs has been provided by their startups? So this is a kind of a checkbox which you can tick that yes, if these criteria are been named, then I can go for this incubation center. So if we go for the incubation center landscape in India, this is again in South, it has been mostly concentrated, but yes, in North, it has started doing the Delhi might be another startup hub. So if we can see the incubation center, it's not limited to tier 1 cities only now. So more than 52% of startups for incubation center is in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Now, with from 1100 start incubation center, only 48% are in tier 1 and tier 2 primarily, and tier 3 they have a concentration and the accumulation of 52-53% of incubation centers. So what incubation, how startup can leverage, why startup would, what's actually startups requirement is why they will go for incubation center? Because they can get the right mentor connect, right subject matter experts at the right time. They can connect with the industry, they can build up their brand, these processes can be done. And incubation center can help them in financial resources, business resources, in their confidence building. They can provide the right mentoring support to them. So a stage now, for every stage with the kind of landscape has changed. The kind of incubation center has been increased. We do have incubation centers serving from right from the ideation stage to growth stage startups as well. But the prime time is that when we look for is once we have done our market research, about to establish our proof of concept, till our product is ready, and scalability. In scalability, business incubation centers will help you out. So this is the right stage when you need an incubation support from an incubation center. So these are few success stories from Ayurveda itself, right from Brahmi Online, where they are actually providing the Ayush products doorstep, to Gary Organics, where they are providing the superior quality of products in well-being and vitality. With a more of mental health and wellness coming into the picture, Ayush has a great future, because the landscape has actually changed. The startup landscape for Ayush industry has actually changed. Now, the 53,000 of MSME in Ayush sector, we have 900 plus startups into Ayush registered startup. And with the government push to increase it, and the kind of opportunities government is providing to the research institutes are setting up, new Ayurveda institutes are opening up. There would be a launch of Ayurveda institutes. I heard it, read it somewhere. So with the kind of support, the incubation center in the Ayurveda center, so this gives you a kind of support where you can actually work on developing towards entrepreneurial mindset. Develop that mindset that will not only help you in developing and pursue your entrepreneurship journey right now, but this will also help you in wherever you are. in whatever stage you would be, you'll be always able to think differently. You would be always able to think 4 or 5 solutions of a single problem. So this is how a startup works. This is how the entrepreneurial system works. This is the AIUSH industry landscape, which I was talking about, with more than 53,000 MSME in AIUSH, with a market size of 30,599 billion. And since 2014, the manufacturing sector of AIUSH has increased 6 times. Proud to say that India is the second largest exporter of Ayurveda and alternative medicines globally. And we export to almost 150 countries. With the 52% of startups out of these 900 recognized DPIIT startups, they are in tier 1 and tier 2 cities. That means location is not the constraint. And these startups have created more than 8,000 jobs. With the kind of startup policies giving in since 2014, Startup India Action Plan, Make in India, National Innovation Startup Policy, or seed fund support. So these kind of support is provided by government. So I would say make this happen. This line, देश का प्राकृतिक prediction, घर घर का Ayurved, make India from local to global, I would say. So this is the time when we actually can do it. With this, I open this forum for Q&A.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for such an engaging and informative session. We are sure that everyone here has gained valuable knowledge on how entrepreneurship can play a pivotal role in Ayurveda's future. So we have a few questions. We would like to take 1 or 2 questions because there is time constraint. I think one student's question is that why do many startups are failing in India despite having good ideas and funding opportunities, and what should be done to improve this situation?
See, the number of ideas failing, what is that failing criteria we need to understand, right? So if we are saying that building up the idea and then growing it up and then reducing, that is the investor game. What we need to understand is if at the ideation stage, we have actually tapped into the untapped potential, the problem of the customer, we would be able to develop the right problem statement and similarly would be able to provide the right solution. So in India, if we talk about the failure rate, we do say that only 10% succeed, but if we talk about our incubation center, we have seen 95% of success rate till now. And for rest of the 5, they have not actually failed, but for some of the first personal reasons, they have stopped working now. But 95% success rate. So that means we are not. And one more thing would like to add, when you said that with the funding opportunities you have mentioned, one of the misconception is that fund is what I need to build it up. No. Fund stage comes two way later. First stage, when we identify it, when we develop it, the solution. For that initial time, we don't need and we cannot and we should not rely on the government funds, I would say. That support is there, but finding out the problem statement, finding out the pain point of the customer, that needs a lot of market research. Try going to the market, interact with people. At the initial stage, if we fail to identify, discuss our problem with the people, we would not be able to find out the feedback from them. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Another question is that how you see the future prospect of Ayurveda related startups, particularly as an export potential?
Ayurveda, we see a huge scope with a percentage increase. If we talk about CAGR increase is 15 to 20% and up to 30-35% in manufacturing as well. So the kind of the mental and well-being thing, which is actually a requirement of people now. It is a necessary. Now it is not that I am going for a meditation session and that is making me, oh wow, I'm so cool, I'm going for a meditation center. No, this is now a bare minimum requirement of people with the kind of work-life balance disruption we have. So with that kind of wellness program, there is an opportunity. This comes with a huge opportunity. See, wherever there is a pain, that comes as an opportunity for some sector. So this comes with a huge opportunity for Ayurveda sector but yes, we need to integrate it. If we look for that only Ayurveda, then there might not be the scalability option, but integrating it with the right set of technology can actually create wonders. So in the further courses, further series and sessions as well, when we'll be working on the identifying the business right opportunity, how we will be able to identify the right business opportunity. You would be able to understand that what all scope does Ayurveda opportunities have, Ayurveda have.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your informative and this inspiring talk. To conclude this event, now I would like to invite Professor Mahesh Vyas, sir, who is currently the Dean PhD Studies at All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi, to deliver vote of thanks. Sir, please, sir.
धन्यवाद प्रदातव्यम कृतं यत् कार्यसिद्ध्यर्थं सदा स्मरणीयं तत्. Respected Director, All India Institute of Ayurveda, Professor Tanuja Manoj Nesri ji, respected Chairman, National Commission for Indian System of Medicine, Vaidya Jain Dev Pujari ji, respected Advisor Ayurveda, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, Vaidya Kaustubh Upadhyay sir, our today's distinguished speaker, Professor Pooja Pandey Madam, Head People Management from IIM Lucknow, all the faculty members, academicians, policymakers, and all the PG PhD scholars join with us from different parts of India. Now we have come to the concluding moment of this webinar, which has been organized on the eve of 9th Ayurveda Day celebration. In this series, first I extend my heartfelt thanks to Director All India Institute of Ayurveda, Professor Tanuja Manoj Nesri Madam, for her able supervision and guidance for this initiative. Your vision for such activities always gives new opportunities and insights. Next, I extend my sincere thanks to Kaustubh Upadhyay sir, Advisor, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, for gracing this event. Your insights and remarks have been very enlightening and enriching. Next, my sincere thanks goes to Vaidya Jain Dev Pujari sir, Chairman NCISM, a highly knowledgeable personality with an extraordinary vision. We are thankful to you, sir, for being a part of this event and giving your valuable time and remarks. Next, I want to express my heartfelt thanks to our today's distinguished speaker, Professor Pooja Pandey Madam, Head People Management from IIM Lucknow. The talk delivered by Madam is really so enriching, and she has very efficiently enlightened with her expert views and ideas in her talk. Her vast experience in the human resources, training and development, and entrepreneurship is very well reflected during her talk. I believe that the listeners have definitely received new innovations and ideas through this lecture. I would also like to thank all the participants for their enthusiastic involvement and engagement throughout the session. I special thanks to the organizing committee members, Professor Yogesh Badveji, Dr. Shiv Kumar Harti ji, Dr. Arun Mahapatra ji, for their hard work and dedication in making this event a success. Last but not the least, a big thanks to the entire dedicated team of 9th Ayurveda Day celebration for their tireless efforts and committed dedication for events. The success behind such events is the result of your hard work and devotion. I hope you all have found this webinar quite enriching and engaging. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your heartfelt words of gratitude. With this, we come to the end of today's webinar. It has been an enriching experience with all of you, and we are hopeful that insights shared today will spark some new ideas and innovation in Ayurveda sector. So thank you all once again for being part of this webinar as well as in celebrating the Ayurveda Day celebration 2024. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you very much.